Imagine an empire so powerful it defied the most rugged mountains, transforming snow-capped peaks into a stage for its grandeur. Augusta Praetoria, today's Aosta, is more than just a city. It's a history carved in stone, a bold testament to the Roman will to know no bounds. If you thought the Alps were an insurmountable obstacle, prepare to discover how Rome mastered them, building a little Rome between marble and ice. This is not just a journey through the ruins, but a dive into the heart of an empire that 2,000 years ago shaped the world with a grandiose vision. When the Romans arrived here, they saw not only majestic peaks and wild valleys, but a crucial strategic point, a gateway to Europe. And so, in 25 BC, Augusta Praetoria Salassorum was born, a fortified city desired by Augustus himself. The idea was simple, but its realization was a colossal undertaking to create an impregnable outpost, a symbol of their strength capable of projecting their influence far beyond the boundaries that nature had imposed. It was not a question of conquering the mountain, but of integrating it, of using it as a backdrop for their magnificence. At the center of this vision was the Roman theater, not a simple building, but a stone giant whose monumental facade rose a full 22 meters, a sort of colossal screen against the snow capped mountains. Imagine being a spectator 2,000 years ago, sitting on those stone steps, watching the play with the snow capped peaks providing a natural backdrop, a panorama that no other theater in the empire could match. It was not just a sight for sore eyes, it was a soul stirring experience, blending human artistry with the grandeur of nature, all under the watchful eye of the empire. Every stone of that theater tells stories of laughter and drama, of a people who, even in the heart of the Alps, did not give up the luxury of culture and entertainment. It was a clear message: where Rome arrives, civilization also arrives in all its forms. But the grandeur of Augusta Praetoria didn't end with its theater. Every corner of the city was a tribute to Roman ingenuity and power. The Arch of Augustus is a perfect example. It was not just an arch, but a symbol of triumph, a portal that announced to travelers the magnificence of the empire. Built to celebrate Augustus's definitive victory over the Selasi, the local populations who had resisted for centuries, the arch stood majestically, almost as if it wanted to stop time, to forever imprint the memory of that conquest. Its harmonious forms, its solid structure, spoke of stability and order, the pillars on which Roman civilization was founded. It was a solemn welcome, a peremptory affirmation of a new order, a constant reminder that here, even amidst rugged peaks, Rome reigned. Passing under that arch meant entering a world shaped by the will of an emperor, a world where Roman laws and culture were the norm. And then there is the Porta Praetoria. If the arch was an announcement, the Porta Praetoria was the actual entrance, the threshold between the outside world and the Roman city. It's incredible to think that after 2,000 years, this door is still here, almost intact. It's not just a monument, it's a journey through time. Crossing it today makes you feel the weight of history, almost making you see the sandal prints of the legionaries who crossed it every day. It was the main entrance to the city, a masterpiece of military engineering and urban planning. With its two imposing towers, its arches, and its internal courtyard, it was designed to welcome as well as defend. Soldiers in shining armor, merchants with their exotic wares, weary travelers, they all passed under those vaults. It was a crossroads of lives, a place where stories intersected, where the buzz of the market merged with the call of the centuries. The Porta Praetoria was not just a wall with a hole in it, it was a living symbol of Roman order, a barrier against the unknown, and an invitation to discover the civilization within. Each of its stones tells of attentive guards, of arriving travelers, of a city that pulsated with life behind its solid walls. But Augustus's vision went far beyond monumental architecture. His aim was to transform Aosta into a true Little Rome, an outpost of civilization and luxury in the heart of the Alps, a city made of marble and ice. It wasn't easy. Think of the Roman legionaries, accustomed to the mild Mediterranean climate, who found themselves building cities in valleys where winter bit hard and snow covered everything for months. Despite this, or perhaps because of this, they brought with them all the luxury and perfection that the empire had to offer. Let's take the baths. It almost seems like an oxymoron. Roman baths in a mountain setting, and yet they were there. The Romans were masters at bringing water where it was needed and heating the rooms. The baths of Augusta Praetoria were not just public baths, they were true social centers, places where people met, discussed business, exercised, and relaxed. After a long day of work or after patrolling mountain passes, a legionary could immerse himself in warm waters, purified and heated by complex hypocaust systems. It was a piece of home, a sanctuary of well being and relaxation, a little paradise that contrasted sharply with the harshness of the alpine climate and the hardship of military life. They weren't just a matter of hygiene, but of status, of civilization. They were a tangible symbol of Rome's ability to adapt its lifestyle even to the most extreme conditions, without ever sacrificing comfort and refinement. Imagine the steam rising in the frigid air, the feeling of warmth on your skin after a day in the snow, an almost magical experience, a miracle of engineering and human will. And then there were the forums. Every self respecting Roman city had its forum, and Augusta Praetoria was no exception. The forum was the beating heart of civic life, the nerve center of the city. Political, religious, commercial, and social life were concentrated here. It was a place of meeting, exchange, and decision making. Impressive buildings such as the basilica, the temples dedicated to the gods, the curia for meetings of the local senate, the merchants' shops, everything flowed into this open, orderly, and majestic space. The Romans brought this architectural and functional perfection to the heart of the Alps, demonstrating that even in such a remote place it was possible to replicate the organization and sophistication of the capital. This not only served the practical needs of the colony but was also a powerful tool of Romanization. The local populations, accustomed to a simpler and more dispersed life, found themselves faced with a civilization that combined utility with pleasure, order with opulence. They saw how the Romans built, traded, administered justice, and celebrated their gods, and little by little they absorbed that way of life. This transformation was not only physical, but also cultural. The legionaries, in addition to building roads and buildings, brought with them the language, laws, customs, and traditions of Rome. They were the true architects of this little Rome, not just with their hands, but with their entire being. They taught not only how to fight, but also how to live according to Roman standards. It was a large scale social engineering operation, an ambitious experiment to extend the empire not only geographically, but also culturally. The surprise among the local inhabitants must have been palpable, seeing an entire civilization take shape, with its rites, its infrastructures, its entertainments, in a place where previously only wild nature reigned. He was living proof that Rome truly knew no obstacles, capable of shaping any environment to its will. Today, Augusta Praetoria, our Aosta, is much more than a collection of ruins. It is a millennia old crossroads, a bridge between Italy and the heart of Europe, where every stone has a story to tell. Walking its streets, you are not just visiting an open air museum, you are treading the same land that 2,000 years ago witnessed the audacity of an empire that dared to challenge the impossible. Every monument, every fragment of wall is a chapter in an epic story, a tangible reminder of a glorious past that still resonates in the present. You hear the echo of the rhythmic footsteps of the legionaries patrolling the walls, the buzz of lively conversations in the forum, the joy and drama that filled the theater. It's not just imagination, it's history coming to life beneath your feet. Aosta is a living lesson in engineering, strategy, culture, and human resilience. It is proof that ambition, combined with ingenuity and an iron will, can shape reality even in the most inhospitable places. This alpine city shows us how man can not only adapt, but also thrive and leave an indelible mark, defying the laws of nature itself. It is a place that invites you to contemplate the greatness of human ingenuity, the ability to dream big and to make those dreams come true even in the face of insurmountable mountains. Aosta, with its thousand-year-old stones, whispers to us stories of courage, conquests, and a vision that has stood the test of time. It is an invitation to explore, to learn, and to understand how the distant past continues to shape our present, demonstrating that some challenges are eternal and that human tenacity can overcome any obstacle. If this story of empires and mountains has fascinated you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next time travels.